commissioning officer for today's ceremony is Major General Eric M. Smith, Commanding General, 1st Marine Division. The commanding officer of Officer Candidate School, Colonel Annette T. Williamson.
Well, good morning again, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Joan Daly, Major General Smith, distinguished guests, visitors, family, friends, welcome again to Brown Field. Here in Brown Field is where we test each one of these young men, morally, mentally, and physically. We squeeze them, we press them, and we see what comes out. We hope that we are able to see is someone that is dedicated to a lifetime of service to our country, to our Marine Corps, but more importantly, to our Marines. This part of the ceremony is very special. This special part of the ceremony is called the commissioning. The commissioning has 3 special components. First of all, there is the oath. The oath is that sacred vow. It's that vow that every young person, every young man or woman that's going to take this commission swears that they will support and defend our Constitution. That document that binds us. These young men standing before you will take on the obligation of being platoon commanders. That they will take care of the Marines under their charge, regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, or gender preference. They will have those lives under their charge. They're taking that vow. The second part is the penning. That very special penning is that special action where their rank is bestowed upon them, is conferred upon them by someone that they choose, they select as a part of their life. A friend, a family member, a mentor, someone they want to bestow upon them that rank. And when they put that rank on, not only do they operate with the authority of the lieutenant, but they have the responsibility and the obligation to serve as a lieutenant in the Marine Corps. The third and very special component is the salute. The salute is that special honor that's rendered to them from a junior member now to a senior member. It's showing them not only that respect, but it should remind them of the obligation they have of taking care of the Marines. You've seen the graduation, and they show me that they have what it takes morally, mentally, and physically to be commissioned as Marine officers. Today, this point, in this period, you'll see them take on their obligation. That solemn and sacred, noble obligation to be commissioned to the Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce to you our commissioning officer for today, the Commanding General of the 1st Marine Division, Major General Eric Smith.
I would like to say this to all the parents, spouses, the loved ones who are out here. My wife, Trish, and I truly are enjoying this day with you. Our son is in this formation this morning, about to be commissioned. So like you, for the last 10 weeks, we have worried, wondered, waited for the hopeful Saturday phone call that he was still here. Scoured the Facebook pages, had the debate of whether that was our son or someone else's son who was fortunate enough to look like our son. And we worried and wondered with you. And so today is a source of not only relief, but more importantly, a source of great pride. Your role in the development of these young men is vital, but it does not end today. Today is the beginning. It's the beginning of the transformation. And I'll ask you to help us for the next however many years, 4, 30, 40, however many it's going to be, to sustain that transformation. I'll ask you to help to hold your loved one, your lieutenant, to an almost unobtainable standard of honor, courage, and commitment. Because if this nation goes to war, the horrors they will see will be almost unimaginable. Let that sink in for just a minute. That's who we are as a service. We are a war-fighting organization, and that is what we do. So please let that sink in. This is serious business, and the soon-to-be lieutenants standing in front of you today are serious men. And they'll be taking an oath here in just a moment to enter this Marine Corps and care for the 225,000 active and reserve Marines that are out there. So it's a lifelong commitment on their part, but I'd ask you to make it a lifelong commitment on your part as well. If you'll pardon me this morning while I turn my back just for a minute as I address the commissionees. For the soon-to-be lieutenants, you will not remember the words spoken out here this morning in 5 years or probably in 5 minutes. You're just ready to So get commissioned, go see your loved ones, and get off to the basic school. I'll give you just a couple of things that I hope you will remember. General Walsh told you earlier today that this is the last day it will ever be about you. Those are very true words. From here on out, it is always about mission accomplishment and welfare of your Marines. And those two things can be done together, must be done together. Let no one hurt your Marines. No one. Not an enemy force, not another individual, not a citizen here. No one. Those are your Marines to care for. Our Commandant, has asked us to do three things. He said that we are to live the title we've earned every day. That title for you is Lieutenant, Marine. He's asked us to hone our warfighter mindset. Because if a war comes, you will be leading it. And he's asked you to lead the way that you want to be led. It's the golden rule. Those three things. Very briefly, just let me tell you who it is that you're going to lead. This is a difficult story to tell, but I'm going to tell it today. And I think I've only told it maybe 2 or 3 other times. I know I told it to Colonel Reinwald, who's sitting behind me today. I told it to my own family. I've maybe told it one time publicly. Here's who you're going to lead. In the summer of 2005, in the city of Ramadi, with Sergeant Major Blumenberg, who's here today, our battalion had taken a significant number of casualties, significant number of dead and wounded, and on one particular 48-hour period, we had 8 Marines killed, 7 Marines and a sailor. And one of the Marines who was killed was the twin brother of another Marine in that battalion. It's been a pretty rough couple days. And so as we took the Marines off the battlefield and prepared them for the long ride home, one of those Marines was Corporal Joel Jaime. His brother, Lance Corporal Jesse Jaime, had been killed the night before. We got him a little bit of sleep, and we were moving to a helicopter landing zone so he could evacuate his brother's body to fly him home. And everybody was pretty tired. It had been pretty difficult. There was a pretty healthy insurgency going on. And as we had the helicopter come in, which had the bodies of 5 fallen Marines from a particular incident with an IED, Corporal Jaime and I walked down this dirt road together, not much longer than the length of this parade deck that you're on today. And as the helicopter came in and he was ready to go fly that long road home, I said, Corporal Jaime, I don't know what to tell you right now. I don't know what to say to you. And he looked me square in the eye and said, sir, it's been my privilege to serve in this battalion. And he boarded the helicopter and he took his brother home to bury him. It's been my privilege to serve. Now you think about that. Where do we get men like that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure we deserve them. And I don't know where we get them. But the Corporal Jaimes of the world are now out there waiting for you to lead them. And there's a lot of them. Just like that. Men of honor, men of character, women of honor, women of character. They're out there waiting for you. And if you're going to lead them, you're going to have to bring your A game because they're out there. So I'll ask you just to remember those 3 things. Lead the way you want to be led. Hone your warfighter mindset. And live the title that you're earning today, every single day. God bless you and good luck to you. Semper Fidelis.
Major General Eric M. Smith will now administer the oath of office.
Commissionees, if you are ready and willing to take this oath, I'll ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Ladies and gentlemen,